CNN just put on Pete Hegseth at 8:04 a.m. Eastern Time sharp. It's a lot like 84 is in 1984, the book about the nation that's always at war, and the people know its nation's always at war, but they don't really know why. And those same people are ruled over by a very authoritarian government that keeps its people in check with screens. Of course, June 25th is George Orwell's birthday, the author of 1984, and that birthday is in 3 days. Remember, Orwell was a member of the Fabian Society established in 1884, an offshoot of the Jesuits. And as we covered, the Jesuit fingerprints all over the U.S.'s strike in Iran. Case in point, it came 144 days before the Superior General's upcoming birthday, and of course, Jesuit order equals 144, like the United States of America. It also happened in Iran 222 days after his birthday, because it was June 21st in the U.S., June 22nd in Iran. But 222 days after his last birthday matters because Superior General equals 222, like order out of chaos. We talked about that in the morning when the story broke about the B-2 bombers being sent from Missouri's White Man Air Force Base to Guam. Guam equals 21, like war equals 21, like Jesuit equals 21. 21's the sixth triangular number. They sent 6 B-2s on a Saturn's day when Saturn's the sixth planet and Saturn's connected to death and judgment. War is death. It involves judgment. But yeah, with regards to the Jesuits, don't forget what day Pig, let's just call him Pig from Fox News, Pete Hegseth, he was picked on November 12th, the Superior General's birthday, by Donald Trump, who's Jesuit educated. And for the people who leave the comments like, blaming things on the Jesuits, the small caps must be proud. For all you guys who leave these comments, again, are you just hateful of a certain religious group and unknowing of history and the obvious rituals taking place in the present? Like, what is it? What is it that gets you out of your blame everything on small caps mindset? Did the small caps set up camp in Washington, D.C. once upon a time before the feds moved there, or was that the Jesuits? Does the world ever stop when a Netanyahu goes to D.C., or does it stop when the Pope shows up there, who the Jesuits serve? Are we on the small caps calendar, or are we on the Jesuit implemented calendar? The Gregorian calendar was implemented by the Jesuit priest Christopher Clavius. I don't know what it takes for people to acknowledge this. You know, you'll keep blaming this this religious group, but really, history points to this religious order that does serve the church that's all over the world that is much, much bigger than the small caps. Again, there weren't any founders blaming about, got to look out for the small hats. There wasn't any of that going on, but there were founders speaking out about how the nation could be subverted by the Jesuits. So you tell me what it is to you when Hegseth is picked on the Superior General's birthday by a Jesuit-educated president. You tell me what it is when Afghanistan's government collapses on the Jesuit order's birthday. Not to mention Trump's brother died on that day as well, a handful of years back, August 15th. But, yeah. Here, just to run over a few more quick things, because I am working on this in real time. The Jesuit motto ad Merum Dei Gloriam, 172. Trump bombs Iran, at least so we're told. It's kind of like 1984 where you don't really know. Have you guys seen any proof? But on the 172nd day of the year, Trump bombs at Merum Dei Gloriam, 172. It was June 21st in the U.S., June 22nd in Iran. And a lot of people are saying, how come you're not talking about it happening on the solstice? It didn't happen on the solstice. This year, the solstice fell on June 20th. So, again, you guys got to get your information correct. This year, the solstice fell on June 20th. It typically is the 21st, though. June 22nd was the 153rd day of Trump being in office. June 21st was the 153rd day of Trump being in office. June 22nd would have been 153 days after he took office. or the 154th day in office. Remember, 201 is the 154th composite number. State of Israel is 201, like the Jesuit order. Drop the Jesuit order alone is 153, like Holy Bible, like the Illuminati. Like these people use the Bible like a playbook because the church is responsible for the numbering of the Bible, which happened around the same time English was standardized with 26 letters, which happened around the same time the Jesuit calendar was implemented. June 22nd was also 64 days after Khomeini's birthday. And remember, his birthday is April 19th, the anniversary of Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, being recognized as the superior general. 64 days after his birthday matters. It reminds you of the spaces on a chessboard, and these people are playing chess Kabbalistically with this code of letters, numbers, and dates. Israel equals 64, so does Zion, so does Kill. Again, June 22nd was 222 days after the Superior General's birthday. Superior General 222, like order out of chaos. If you remember my last book, Number Games, that 222 number is massive. June 21st, as we talked about in the morning with the B-2 bomber story, that's the day leaving 193 days left in the year, which is the 44th prime. Remember, Hegseth was picked at age 44. Superior General, or not Superior General, Secretary of Defense also equates to 193. But again, Israel 44, Zion 44, military 44. If you're going, wait a minute, you said Israel and Zion equals 64. Again, gematria is based on the alphabetic order forwards and backwards. It does equal 64 and 44. We talked about how the June 13th attack on the day leaving 201 days left in the year on the 4th anniversary of Netanyahu stepping down, how that was the date with 64 and 44 date numerology for the month. Next month, it'll be July 12th. Another interesting date. But June 21st was also 144 days before Arturo Sosa's upcoming birthday. Jesuit order equals 144, like the United States of America. Deadly number. RFK dead at 1:44 a.m. JFK dead 144 days from meeting with the Pope. Lincoln shot on the 14th day of the 4th month. It was also 56 days before the Jesuit order's birthday, and of course, Society of Jesus, their formal title is 56. For the week ahead, June 23rd leaves 191 days in the year. Society of Jesus, 191. June 25th is George Orwell's birthday. He died the year of the Korean War, which began on his birthday. June 26th is Netanyahu's 911th day back in office. Day can be written 26/6. Isus Hominum Salvator equals 266, Jesuit motto. June 27th leaves 187 days in the year. Society of Jesus, 187. Washington, D.C., 187. June 27th will also be 911 days after Netanyahu took office, whereas June 26th is his 911th day in office. And June 26th and 27th, the dates with the 9/11 connection, it's also the Islamic New Year. We'll see what that means. Islamic New Year equals 86. Khomeini's 86 years old. Talking about dropping the bomb. The first time that happened was on August 6th. Japan got 86th. Comey said 8647, 8,647 days after 9/11, and then said he'd never heard of the term 86 before. Apparently the only guy on earth in the English-speaking world. But yeah, definitely very interesting week ahead, the way the numbers line up. Knowing that the Jesuits gave us the language and the calendar, and they do use this system like it's some kind of game board. And don't forget who told you the day that Netanyahu came back on 12/29/2022. That was Albert Pike's birthday, the man who published the letter about 3 world wars to come, with the third being centered on political Zionism. And that letter was published August 15th, 1871, on the Jesuit order's birthday. So again, for all you guys who downplay the significance of the Jesuits, again, you need to, learn something. Stop living in ignorance. And like I said last night, on this same day, Texas passed the 10 Commandments bill. Remember, Netanyahu came back on 12/29, which is also the state of Texas's birthday, the Lone Star state, the state with the flag with a star, a lot like Israel. But of course, 10 Commandments is Old Testament. And you know what we're doing in Iran has everything to do with that very Old Testament nation, if you know what I mean. So, oh yeah, and for one more point, again, Trump just turned 79 years old last week on the flag's birthday, on the Army's birthday, June 14th, having his military parade right before all this kicks off, while military's all over the streets of the U.S. because of the protests. But yeah, Trump just turned 79. Again, he said it's the golden era. Gold is the 79th element on the periodic table. Black gold is oil, and Iran's rich with it. The Iranian Revolution was in 79, which was 46 years ago. 46. Remember, that's how many books are in the Catholic Old Testament. The word religion's 46, so is Temple Mount, so is Catholic, so is Ordo ab Chao, so is chaos. Ordo ab Chao is the Latin for order out of chaos, which also goes with the 222 thing, with how this was lined up with the superior generals. So we'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. Again, thank you to everyone who hits the like and the share. And until next time.